We absolutely nailed this Polkadot entry, and we knew one thing, guys. Patience was key. Patience was key. The chart wasn't a representation of what the RSI was telling us. What was happening on the chart? We were putting in lower low once, lower low twice, lower low three times. RSI, what were we doing? Consistent higher lows, consistent higher lows. So we knew that the RSI is a representation of buying and selling pressure. We knew that people were buying Polkadot. We knew that the chart was telling us the opposite, and we knew that the chart needed to catch up. So this is just a recap of the previous one. So we needed one thing to happen, guys: momentum. How do you get momentum? You get a break of trend. You've had one touch, two touch, three touch. While we were putting in lower highs, the bears have got control until one thing happens. You get a break of trend, you get a retest. The break was volatile. I'd said retest is going to be better. So we managed to get the retest, guys, and now you're in the trade. So how do you manage it along the way? While reducing your risk, main thing, and then maximizing your reward, but mainly ensuring that you take full advantage of this swing all the way up until the trend ends. The trend's your friend until the bend at the end, and I'm going to show you how to play this. Right, and on a serious note, guys, the people that did watch the previous Polkadot video, the people that did wait for the break, the people that did wait for the retest, and the people that did get that killer entry, pat yourself on the back, because it's not an easy thing to do, guys. And a lot of people that are new to crypto, a lot of people that are new to trading, they don't want to self-develop, they don't want to understand, they don't want to wait, they want to put something on when something says something to them, and they want that thing to rally, they want it to make them millionaires. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out like that, guys. It is all about risk management, it's about patience, it's about getting your entries, and more importantly, it's about managing your entries if you're trading. So how do we manage this entry, guys? The first things first, we knew and we understood one thing. What have I done here? We knew and we understood one thing. We knew and we understood that this was a resistance point, and we knew that this was a resistance point. So $3.61, that was going to be our first barrier to overcome. And then the next one is $4. You can see we're getting a reaction at $4. So the first thing that we need to do, guys, is minimize our risk. It's all about getting rid of the risk and increasing the reward. So we're currently at a 5-to-1 risk to reward. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the risk. That's your stop loss. We don't need the stop loss below here now, because we just maintained a new structure. We've just taken out a resistance level. So we need to prepare and we need to plan for the next move now. This is a risk-free trade. How do you make it a profitable trade? And how do you ride the trend? Because the trend's your friend till the bend at the end, and this is how you do it, guys. Right, we need to look at one thing. We need to understand that resistance. Anyone that's looking to buy ICP now, Polkadot now, anyone that's looking to buy Polkadot now is buying resistance. What happens to people that buy resistance? They get wrecked. Does it mean that it can't do this? It doesn't mean we can't do this, but there's less of a probability of it doing so. So first thing we need to do is look at the indicators. We look at the stochastic, and we can see one thing: we're overbought. So we're at resistance, we're overbought. You can see the RSI is pushing up to 61, 62. So we need to pull back. We need a healthy pullback. But how far do we need to pull back? We need to pull back and ensure that we maintain a higher low structure. That's the important thing. So we're pulling back, we're pulling back, we're pulling back to this area here. Resistance, 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 resistance. We've broke through. We need that to hold support. That would maintain the higher low structure. But if it does, guys, and price does something like this, as we start coming down and price starts doing something like this, that means that the price is holding this area of support, and you can expect a continuation to the upside to the next resistance barrier. We'll stick that in now because we didn't stick that in the last one because we weren't there. That's going to be $4.30. So what you'll see, guys, is you'll see resistance points and you'll see oversold positions at these resistance points. So something like this will happen. Pulling back, holding this higher low structure as support. And then as you come back to overbought, as long as you maintain a high-low structure, you expect a continuation to the upside. Now, when you get a continuation to the upside, or when you test the previous swing high, that is when you want to put, it's not stop loss anymore, guys. This is taking profits now. So we took the entry down here, took the entry at $3.30. So you've put in a new higher low, and then you've swung to the next resistance point. What would happen then, guys? You tell me, what would happen then? Stochastic, overbought at this point, coming back down. What needs to happen? We need to maintain a new higher low structure. Then what would you do? Wait to see how price reacts, comes back, test the previous high. Then you put your stops, not even your stops, you put your profits up, and you ride the trend and you ride the trend until ultimately this happens. Trend's your friend to the bend at the end. And when you're in a bull market, guys, you do get the hard pullbacks. You do get volatile pullbacks. Bull markets aren't as easy as you think. Everything doesn't just go up every day. So you need to plan, you need to prepare. And at the end of the day, if something like this happened, there's your entry, $3.30. And then there is $3.96. So you got healthy profits. However, if it didn't, and the trend continued to the upside, you could rinse and you can repeat and you can rinse and you can repeat. You put your stop loss up, put your stop loss up. So it's more of a case of how to manage this trade now, guys. First thing that I do if I took the dot trade is get rid of the risk. Then I'm waiting for a new higher low structure. Once that's confirmed, that risk goes into profit, and that ensures that I've banked profit, and that's guaranteed profit when you stopped out if the trend reverses earlier than what you think. Right, okay, like I say, guys, get yourself in the Discord group. That's about it from me for today. I'm going to be doing a live later on. I'm going to be putting a Zoom call in this Discord group, and it is free, like I mentioned. I'll be putting a live out, and we're going to be talking to each other. We're going to be doing Q&As. We're going to be doing trading. I'm going to show them how they can manage their trade from a risk to reward perspective without actually telling them what to do. So it's going to be a case of people shouting at me, and then I'm going to be shouting back at them. And then I want you guys to understand exactly what I'm talking about, because us understanding a price chart collectively is a powerful thing, more than me understanding the price chart and then sharing my thoughts with you, because the more people collectively that understand something, the better. And that's what this channel is about, guys. So go and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.